Jump, you little roach. Nobody will miss you anyway. Vanessa Cole pressed her manicured hand against the 6-year-old girl's back. The child stood trembling on the 4th-floor balcony railing, her small brown fingers gripping the iron bars until her knuckles turned white. I said, "Jump!" The hand pushed harder. The little girl's fingers slipped. Her body tumbled forward into empty air. Her mouth opened in a silent scream. One word formed on her lips: Daddy. And at that exact moment, a black Range Rover rolled through the estate gates below. The man behind the wheel looked up. His daughter was falling from the sky. Before you continue with this incredible story, please subscribe to my channel and follow along until the very end. Leave a comment telling me which city you're watching from so I can see how far this story has traveled. Now, let me tell you how we got here. Marcus Washington's phone rang at 2 a.m. London time. He was sitting in his hotel suite reviewing documents for the most important merger of his career. $400 million on the table. His entire board waiting for him to close the deal. Elena's name flashed on the screen. The nanny. She never called this late. He answered immediately. "Elena, what's wrong?" Her voice was strange, careful, like she was choosing every word. "Mr. Washington, you need to come home, now." His heart skipped. What happened? Is Zoe hurt? A pause. Too long. She's not hurt, but she's not okay either. I can't say more on the phone, please. Just come home. Elena, tell me what's going on. Is she sick? Did something happen at school? I can't. Her voice dropped to a whisper. She's listening. She's always listening. Who's listening, Elena? You're scaring me. Just come home, Mr. Washington, please, before it's too late. The line went dead. Marcus stared at his phone. His hands were shaking. She's listening. She's always listening. Who was Elena talking about Zoe? That didn't make sense. Zoe was 6 years old. Vanessa. She had to mean Vanessa. But why would Vanessa be listening to Elena's phone calls? Why would Elena be afraid of his wife? He tried calling back. No answer. Tried again. Nothing. He called Vanessa. Darling. Her voice was warm, cheerful. I wasn't expecting to hear from you. How's London? Is everything okay at home? Everything's fine. Why do you ask? Elena just called. She sounded upset. A pause. Brief. Almost unnoticeable. Elena has been a bit stressed lately. I think she's having personal problems. I'll talk to her in the morning. She said I need to come home. That's ridiculous. You have a massive deal closing. Zoe is fine. I'm taking wonderful care of her. Can I talk to Zoe? She's asleep, darling. It's almost midnight here. I don't want to wake her. Vanessa, I need to hear her voice. Another pause. Longer this time. Marcus, you're being paranoid. Everything is fine. Close your deal. Come home when you're finished. We'll be waiting. Vanessa. I love you, darling. Get some sleep. The line went dead. Marcus sat in the darkness of his hotel room. Something was wrong. He could feel it in his bones. That instinct that had made him millions in business. The instinct that told him when a deal was about to go bad. Something was very, very wrong. He called his assistant. Book me on the next flight to Los Angeles. I don't care what it costs. Sir, the merger meeting is at 9 a.m. The board is expecting. I don't care about the board. I don't care about the meeting. Book the flight. Yes, sir. He threw his clothes into a suitcase. Didn't bother folding. Didn't bother checking out properly. Just left. The flight was 12 hours of agony. No Wi-Fi. No way to reach anyone at home. Just Marcus and his thoughts and the growing certainty that his daughter was in danger. He landed at LAX at 6 a.m. local time. Drove straight to the estate. Didn't stop at the office. Didn't call ahead. 3 days early. No announcement. No warning. If something was wrong with Zoe, he needed to see it with his own eyes. His phone buzzed as he pulled onto the highway. Text from Vanessa. When are you coming home, darling? Zoe misses you terribly. He didn't respond. Something about that message felt wrong. Vanessa never called Zoe by name. She always said, "your daughter," or "the girl." Small thing. But Marcus noticed. He noticed a lot of things now that he was paying attention. Another text. This one from a number he didn't recognize. "Your daughter is in danger. Come home now." His blood ran cold. He floored the accelerator. The gates of Washington Estate opened automatically. The mansion rose before him. 4 stories of marble and glass. The home he had built with Denise before she died. The home where Zoe had taken her first steps. The home that should have been safe. He lowered his window. Let the California morning air wash over his face. Then he looked up. His heart stopped. A small figure stood on the 4th-floor balcony railing. Dark curly hair catching the wind. Pink dress fluttering. Arms outstretched for balance. Zoe. His 6-year-old daughter was standing on the wrong side of the balcony railing. 4 stories above solid stone. Behind her, another figure. Taller. Dark hair. Green dress. Vanessa. And as Marcus watched in horror, Vanessa's hand moved. Pressed against Zoe's back. Pushed. His daughter fell. Time shattered into fragments. Marcus's foot slammed the brake. The car jerked to a stop. His door flew open before the vehicle had fully settled. He ran. 20 years ago, Marcus Washington had been USC's star quarterback. He could throw a football 70 yards with pinpoint accuracy. He could read trajectories in his sleep. He could calculate velocity distance and impact point in the time it took most people to blink. Those instincts had never left him. His brain processed the physics without conscious thought. Zoe was falling at 32 feet per second squared. She was approximately 40 feet up. He had less than 2 seconds. The stone bench, 3 feet high, positioned directly beneath the balcony. His Italian leather shoes found purchase on the smooth courtyard stone. His right foot hit the bench. His left leg drove upward. His whole body launched into the air like a missile, arms outstretched. Contact. His arms closed around her small frame. The impact drove the air from his lungs. Pain exploded through his shoulders, his back, his ribs. But he had her. God help him, he had her. The momentum carried them both sideways, away from the stone courtyard, into the garden bed, soft earth and flowering bushes. They hit the ground together. Marcus twisted his body at the last instant, placing himself between Zoe and the earth. His back slammed into the soil. Thorns from the rose bushes tore at his suit. But his arms never loosened their grip. They lay there tangled together in crushed lavender and roses. Marcus couldn't breathe, couldn't think, could only feel his daughter's small body trembling against his chest. "Daddy?" Her voice was barely a whisper. "I've got you, baby." His throat was so tight he could barely speak. "Daddy's got you. You're safe now." "She pushed me, Daddy." Marcus's whole body went cold. "What? Mommy V pushed me." The words tumbled out in a rush, panicked, desperate. "I didn't jump. I didn't. She told me to jump, and I said no, and she pushed me. She said nobody would miss me. She said I was just like Mommy. Too smart. Too curious." Every word was a knife in his chest. She said smart people have to go away. Marcus looked up at the 4th-floor balcony. The French doors stood open. White curtains billowed in the breeze, but no one was visible. Vanessa was gone. "Daddy, she killed Mommy." Marcus couldn't breathe. "What did you say?" "She told me. She said Mommy found out about the basement, about the children, and she had to make Mommy go to sleep forever." His wife, his Denise, dead 2 years from a sudden stroke. Natural causes, the doctors said. Not natural. Murder. "Daddy, she's going to be so mad I told you. She said if I ever told, she would make me disappear. Like the other children." "What other children?" "The ones in the basement. The ones who cry at night. The ones Derek brings." "Who's Derek?" "Mommy V's brother. He comes when you're gone. He brings men, and sometimes children, and they go in the basement, and I hear them crying. Marcus felt like he was drowning. Every answer raised 10 more questions. Elena. His voice echoed across the estate. Seconds later, the nanny appeared at the back door. Her face went white when she saw them. Mr. Washington. Oh God, what happened? Call 911, now, and don't let Vanessa near us. Do you understand? Don't let her anywhere near my daughter. Elena's eyes were huge, terrified, but she nodded and ran back inside. Marcus held Zoe tighter. His back was screaming. His ribs might be cracked. He didn't care. His daughter was alive. That was all that mattered. Footsteps behind him. Marcus, darling, what on earth happened? Vanessa's voice. Smooth. Concerned. Perfect. He turned slowly, keeping Zoe pressed against his chest. His wife stood on the patio. Cream silk blouse, white pants. Not a hair out of place. Not a hint of guilt on her face. Stay away from us. What, Marcus? I don't understand. I was in my office and I heard screaming. And you pushed her. Pushed her. Vanessa's eyes widened. Perfect imitation of shock. That's absurd. I would never. I saw you. I saw your hand on her back. I watched you push my daughter off a 4-story balcony. Something flickered in Vanessa's eyes. Just for a second. Fear. Calculation. Then it was gone, replaced by wounded confusion. Zoe must have told you something. Children make up stories when they're scared. You know that. She's been having nightmares lately, acting out. I've been meaning to talk to you about getting her professional help. Don't. Marcus's voice was deadly quiet. Don't you dare try to make my daughter sound crazy. I'm not saying she's crazy. I'm saying she's troubled. She misses her mother. She resents me for taking Denise's place. It's perfectly normal for... She told me about the basement. Vanessa went still, completely still, like a snake before it strikes. What basement? The children, the ones who cry at night, the construction you had done while I was in Tokyo, the rooms with locks on the outside. I don't know what you're talking about. And she told me about Denise, about what you did to her mother. Vanessa's mask cracked, just for a moment, just long enough for Marcus to see the monster underneath. That child has a very active imagination. Get out of my house. Marcus, be reasonable. Get out of my house. His roar echoed off the walls. Zoe whimpered against his chest. Vanessa stood frozen, her perfect composure finally shattered. You're making a mistake. A very big mistake. The only mistake I made was marrying you. Sirens in the distance, growing closer. Vanessa heard them too. Her eyes narrowed. This isn't over, Marcus, not even close. She turned and walked back inside. Calm, controlled. Like she was leaving a business meeting, not fleeing a crime scene. Marcus held his daughter and waited for help to arrive. The ambulance arrived in a chaos of flashing lights and urgent voices. Paramedics surrounded them. Questions fired like bullets. Sir, what happened? She fell from the 4th floor. I caught her. You caught her from 4 stories. Yes. Sir, that's physically... It happened. Check her for injuries. Check everything. They loaded Zoe onto a stretcher. Marcus refused to let go of her hand. A paramedic tried to examine him. Sir, you're bleeding badly. Your back might be... I don't care about my back. Take care of my daughter. They drove to the hospital. Zoe gripped his hand the entire way. Her eyes were closed, but she wasn't sleeping. Her lips moved silently. Baby, what are you saying? Praying, Daddy, like Mommy taught me. Praying that Mommy V doesn't find us. Marcus's heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He answered. Mr. Washington, my name is Jonathan Pierce. I'm an attorney representing your wife. She's not my wife anymore. That may be your opinion, but the law disagrees. Mrs. Washington has filed for an emergency protective order against you. Against me. She claims you assaulted her this afternoon, threw her against a wall, threatened her life. She fears for her safety. That's insane. She pushed my daughter off a balcony. I saved my daughter's life. That's not what Mrs. Washington says. According to her, Zoe was playing on the balcony railing. Dangerous behavior that you should have corrected long ago. When she fell, you fortunately arrived in time to catch her. Mrs. Washington ran to help and you attacked her in a fit of irrational rage. None of that is true. The court will decide what's true, Mr. Washington. In the meantime, you're ordered to stay 500 feet from Mrs. Washington. She retains possession of the estate, and she's filing for emergency custody of Zoe. What? Given your history of parental neglect and today's violent outburst, Mrs. Washington believes Zoe would be safer in her care. She tried to kill my daughter. That's an allegation you'll need to prove. Court date is 72 hours from now. I suggest you find a very good lawyer. The line went dead. Marcus stared at his phone. His hands were shaking. Daddy, Zoe's small voice. What's wrong? Nothing, baby. Everything's going to be okay. But he was lying, and they both knew it. The emergency room was chaos. Doctors, nurses, machines beeping. Zoe was wheeled away for x-rays and CT scans. Marcus tried to follow. A nurse stopped him. Sir, you need to be examined too. You're bleeding through your shirt. I don't care. Sir, you might have spinal injuries, internal bleeding. I need to be with my daughter. The nurse stepped back. A doctor approached. Older, gray hair, kind eyes. Mr. Washington, I'm Dr. Patterson. Your daughter is in good hands, the best hands. But you won't be any good to her if you collapse from internal bleeding. Let us examine you. 30 minutes, then you can see her. Marcus wanted to argue, but the room was starting to spin. His back felt like it was on fire. 30 minutes, not a second more. They took him to an examination room, x-rays, blood tests, a doctor poking at his spine. You have 3 cracked ribs, Mr. Washington. Severe bruising on your lower spine. Multiple lacerations. How exactly did this happen? I caught my daughter. She fell from a 4-story balcony. The doctor's eyebrows rose. You caught a falling child from 4 stories. Yes. Mr. Washington, the physics of that, the impact alone should have. I know what should have happened. I don't care. She's alive. That's what matters. She is alive, remarkably so. Minor bruising, no broken bones, no internal injuries. It's genuinely miraculous. Marcus closed his eyes. Miraculous. No. Desperate. A father's desperation made the impossible possible. There's something else, Mr. Washington. Something concerning. He opened his eyes. The doctor's expression had changed. Serious. Worried. What? When we examined Zoe, we found bruises, old bruises, on her arms, her legs, her back, patterns consistent with grabbing. Restraining. Some of them are weeks old. Marcus felt sick. She also has signs of malnutrition. She's underweight for her age. Her iron levels are low. Has she been eating properly? I travel a lot. My wife handles... The words died in his throat. His wife. The woman who had been starving his daughter, bruising his daughter, hurting his daughter, for months, maybe longer, while he was in boardrooms and airplanes making deals and counting money. Mr. Washington, I have to ask, do you have any reason to believe Zoe is being abused? Yes, by my wife, the woman you need to keep away from this hospital. The doctor nodded slowly. We've already called Child Protective Services. They'll want to speak with you, and with Zoe. Good. Let them come. Let everyone come. I want everyone to know what that woman did to my daughter. The doctor left. Marcus was alone with the beeping machines and his own guilt. His phone buzzed. A text from Elena. Mr. Washington men came to the house. They had badges. They said they were police, but they didn't look like police. They asked about Zoe. They asked where you took her. I didn't tell them anything. But Mr. Washington, I'm scared. One of them had a gun and a tattoo on his neck, a snake eating its tail. Marcus's blood ran cold. He called Elena. No answer. Called again. Nothing. He tried 3 more times. Voicemail every time. Sir. A nurse appeared. Your daughter is asking for you. Marcus stood. Pain shot through his spine. He ignored it. Where is she? Room 714. I'll take you. Zoe was sitting up in bed when he entered. IV in her arm. Monitors beeping. But she was awake. Alert. The moment she saw him, her face crumpled. Daddy. He crossed the room in 3 steps, pulled her into his arms, held her like he would never let go. I'm here, baby. Daddy's here. I was scared. I thought Mommy V got you too. Nobody's getting me. Nobody's getting either of us. He sat on the edge of her bed, still holding her. Her small body trembled against his chest. Daddy, I have to tell you something. Something I didn't tell you before. You can tell me anything, baby. I kept drawings of everything I saw. The men who came at night, the cars they drove, the children they brought. I hid them under my mattress. But Mommy V found them. She got so mad. That's why she tried to make me fall, because I drew everything. What happened to the drawings? She tore them up. But Daddy... Zoe looked up at him with those 2 old eyes. I have more. Elena helped me hide them. In Mommy's old office. The one Mommy V doesn't know about. Marcus felt a spark of hope. Evidence. Real evidence. Where in Mommy's old office? Behind the painting, the one of the ocean. Mommy showed me the hiding spot before she went to sleep forever. She said if anything bad ever happened, I should put important things there. Denise. Even from beyond the grave, she was protecting their daughter. You did good, baby. You did so good. A knock at the door. A woman entered. 50s, gray hair, sharp eyes that had seen too much. Mr. Washington, I'm Maria Gonzalez from Child Protective Services. Marcus stood positioning himself between the woman and Zoe. Before you say anything, my daughter was pushed off a balcony by her stepmother. That's not an allegation. I saw it happen. I understand, Mr. Washington. That's why I'm here, to understand the situation and ensure Zoe's safety. Her safety depends on keeping Vanessa Cole away from her. Mrs. Washington has a different version of events. Mrs. Washington is a liar and possibly a murderer. Maria's eyebrows rose. Murderer. My first wife, Denise. She died 2 years ago. Stroke supposedly. My daughter says Vanessa told her she killed Denise because Denise found out about something in our basement. That's a very serious accusation. I'm a very serious man, and I'm telling you, if you let Vanessa anywhere near my daughter, you'll be signing Zoe's death warrant. Maria studied him for a long moment. Then she looked at Zoe. Zoe, can I ask you some questions? Zoe looked at Marcus. He nodded. Okay. Maria pulled up a chair. Her voice softened. Zoe, can you tell me what happened today? Mommy V took me to the balcony. She told me to climb up on the railing. I said no. She said bad girls who don't listen have to learn lessons. She grabbed me and put me up there. Then she told me to jump. Did you jump? No. I said no. I said I wanted my daddy. She said Daddy wasn't coming. Daddy was never coming. Then she pushed me. And then what happened? I was falling. I thought I was going to die. But Daddy caught me. Daddy always catches me. Marcus felt tears burn his eyes. Maria continued. Zoe, has Mommy V ever hurt you before? Before today? Zoe was quiet for a moment. Then she pulled up her hospital gown sleeve. Bruises dotted her thin arm. Old bruises. Fading bruises. She grabs me when she's mad. She locks me in my room when Daddy's gone, sometimes for a whole day. She doesn't give me lunch. She says bad girls don't deserve lunch. Did you tell anyone, your daddy, your nanny? I tried to tell Daddy, but he was always on the phone or on the plane. And Mommy V said if I told she would make Daddy go away like she made Mommy go away. What do you mean made Mommy go away? She killed her. She told me. She said Mommy was too smart. Mommy figured out about the basement, so Mommy V had to make her go to sleep forever. Maria looked at Marcus. Her expression had shifted. Less skeptical now, more concerned. Mr. Washington, what is this basement Zoe keeps mentioning? I don't know exactly, but Zoe says there are children there, children who cry at night, and men who come to visit. My wife's brother and others. Have you seen this yourself? No, I travel constantly for work, but I intend to find out. Maria stood. Mr. Washington, I'm going to be honest with you. What Zoe is describing sounds like a human trafficking operation. The words hung in the air. Trafficking. In his house. Under his roof. If that's true, Maria continued, this is much bigger than a custody dispute. This is federal, FBI. I need to make some calls. She stepped out of the room. Marcus sat back down beside Zoe. Daddy, am I in trouble? No, baby. You're not in trouble. You're the bravest girl I've ever known. His phone buzzed. Unknown number again. He almost ignored it. But something made him answer. Marcus Washington. Mr. Washington. You don't know me, but I know you. My name is Raymond Jackson. I was friends with your wife. Your first wife. Denise. Marcus sat up straighter. How do you know Denise? We worked together, briefly, before she died. She contacted me because she had discovered something dangerous. She wanted my help investigating it. What did she discover? I think you already know. The basement, the operation, your current wife's real identity. Who is she? Not on the phone. Meet me tonight, Desert Regional Medical Center parking structure, level 3, midnight. How do I know I can trust you? You don't. But Denise trusted me, and she left something with me. Something she said to give you if anything ever happened to her. Insurance, she called it. Marcus looked at Zoe. His daughter was watching him with wide eyes. I'll be there. Come alone, and Mr. Washington, watch your back. These people don't leave loose ends. The line went dead. 11 p.m. Maria Gonzalez returned with news. I've spoken with my supervisors and with the FBI. They're very interested in what Zoe described. An agent will be here tomorrow morning to interview her. What about tonight? What about protection? A security guard will be posted outside her room. No one gets in without verification. That's not enough. You don't understand what these people are capable of. Mr. Washington, we're doing everything we can within protocol. Protocol won't stop them from taking my daughter. Maria's expression hardened. I understand you're scared, but making accusations about federal crimes requires federal involvement, and federal involvement takes time. Time my daughter might not have. The guard will be here in 20 minutes. I suggest you try to get some rest. She left. Marcus stood at the window watching the parking lot below. Cars coming and going. Normal people living normal lives. His phone buzzed. A text from a number he didn't recognize. An image attached. He opened it. His heart stopped. A photograph. 2 women sitting at a cafe. One was Denise. Alive. Healthy. 4 months before her death. The other woman was Vanessa. They had known each other. Before Denise died. Before Marcus ever met Vanessa. They had known each other. Below the photo, a message Denise knew who she was. That's why she died. Midnight. Don't be late. Marcus stared at the photo until his vision blurred. His whole life was a lie. Everything he thought he knew. Everything he believed about his wife's death, his remarriage, his family. All of it. Lies. Daddy, Zoe's sleepy voice. Who's that in the picture? He turned. His daughter was looking at his phone screen. Someone Daddy needs to meet tonight. Are you leaving? Just for a little while. Just to get some answers. Don't go, Daddy. Please. The bad men might get you. Marcus knelt beside her bed, took her small hand. I have to go, baby. To keep you safe, I have to find out the truth. But I'll be back before you wake up, I promise. You always promise. I know. And I'm going to start keeping them. Every single one, starting now. He kissed her forehead. She was already drifting back to sleep. Marcus stepped into the hallway. The security guard was there, young, alert, armed. Nobody goes in that room except medical staff. Nobody. You understand? Yes, sir. If anyone tries anything, anyone at all, you call me immediately. Yes, sir. Marcus walked toward the elevator. Every step felt heavy. He was walking into the unknown, walking toward answers that might destroy him. But he had to know. For Denise, for Zoe, for himself. He had to know who he had married, and what it would take to destroy her. The parking structure was dark. Level 3 was nearly empty. Marcus parked and waited. His hands gripped the steering wheel. Headlights appeared. A sedan pulled up beside him. The driver's window rolled down. Raymond Jackson looked exactly like Marcus had expected. Mid-40s, military bearing, eyes that had seen things no one should see. Mr. Washington, thank you for coming. Tell me about my wife. Which one? Start with the first. End with the second. Raymond reached into his jacket. Marcus tensed. Raymond pulled out a folder. Relax, just documents. He handed the folder through the window. Marcus opened it. Pages of information, photos, financial records, criminal reports. Vanessa Cole isn't her real name. She was born Valentina Cole in Houston. Her brother Derek Cole is a known enforcer for a trafficking organization run by a man named Jerome Hayes. They call him the Phantom. Trafficking. Human trafficking. Women and children mostly. Moving them through residential properties across the country. Wealthy homes in quiet neighborhoods. Places no one looks twice. My house. Your house is perfect. Big. Private. Close to major transportation routes. Vanessa's job was to infiltrate, marry you, gain access to the property. They've been using your basement for at least 18 months. Marcus felt sick. And Denise? Denise figured it out. She was brilliant. Too brilliant. She noticed things. Strange financial transactions. Construction work that didn't make sense. She started investigating. She never told me. She didn't want to worry you until she had proof. She contacted me because we had worked together before. I was FBI, retired now. She asked me to help her dig. What did you find? Everything. The operation. The connections. Vanessa's real identity. Denise was going to turn it all over to the FBI. She had a meeting scheduled, 3 days before her stroke. Her stroke that wasn't a stroke. Potassium chloride, injected into her IV when she was admitted for what she thought was food poisoning. It mimics a stroke. Undetectable unless you know what to look for. Marcus's hands were shaking. Vanessa killed her. Or had her killed. Same result. Denise died. The evidence disappeared. The operation continued. And 6 months later, Vanessa showed up at a charity gala to meet the grieving widower. She targeted me. From the beginning. From before the beginning. They researched you, your habits, your vulnerabilities, your guilt over Denise. They knew exactly how to play you. Why are you telling me this now? Why didn't you go to the FBI yourself? Raymond's expression darkened. I tried. The day after Denise died, I took everything she had given me to my former colleagues. 2 days later, my house was firebombed. My wife and daughter barely escaped. The message was clear. Back off or die. So you backed off. I had to protect my family, but I've been watching, waiting, gathering more evidence. When I saw the news today about your daughter falling from a balcony, I knew it was time. Time for what? Time for you to know the truth. And time for Vanessa to face justice. He handed Marcus another folder, thicker than the first. This is everything. Financial records linking Vanessa to Jerome Hayes. Photos of Derek Cole with known traffickers. Building permits for your basement renovations. And something else. Marcus opened the folder. On top was an email. Denise's email. Dated 2 weeks before her death. He read it. His wife's words. Her investigation. Her fears. Her determination. And at the bottom, a line that broke his heart. If something happens to me, tell Marcus I'm sorry. I should have told him sooner. But I wanted to protect him. I wanted to protect Zoe. Instead, I put them both in danger. Tell him I love him. Tell him to fight. And tell him to never let that woman near our daughter. Marcus closed his eyes. Tears streamed down his face. There's one more thing. Raymond's voice was gentle. Denise hid evidence somewhere in your house. She told me about it before she died. Said it was in her secret office, behind a painting. The ocean painting. Zoe told me about that. Tonight. She said Denise showed her the hiding spot. Then you need to get that evidence before Vanessa finds it. It's the key to everything. The estate is off limits. Vanessa has a protective order. Protective orders don't stop determined men, Mr. Washington. And right now, you need to be very determined. Marcus nodded slowly. His mind was racing, planning, calculating. I'm going back to that house tonight. I figured you would. That's why I brought backup. Raymond gestured toward the shadows. 2 men stepped forward. Big, professional, armed. Former special forces, friends of mine. They'll go with you. Why are you helping me? Because I failed Denise. I let fear stop me from protecting her, from finishing what she started. I won't make that mistake twice. Marcus looked at the 2 men, then back at Raymond. Let's go. They drove in convoy. 2 vehicles. No lights. The streets were empty. Washington Estate loomed ahead. Dark windows, silent walls. Marcus parked outside the gate. Security system, one operative asked. I know the codes. Dogs? No dogs. Other occupants. My wife, maybe her brother, maybe others. Rules of engagement. Marcus hesitated. Then, my daughter's life depends on what's in that house. Do what you have to do. They moved through the darkness. Gate code accepted. Side entrance. Alarm disabled. The house was quiet. Too quiet. Marcus led them to Denise's old office. The room had been locked since her death. He had never had the heart to open it. Now he broke the lock without hesitation. The office was untouched. Dust on every surface. Denise's books still on the shelves. Her life frozen in time. The ocean painting hung on the far wall. Marcus crossed the room, lifted it from its hook. Behind it a safe. Hidden. Small. He knew the combination. Denise's birthday. It opened with a soft click. Inside were documents. USB drives, photos, recordings. Years of evidence carefully collected. Denise's insurance policy. Her final gift to him. Marcus grabbed everything, stuffed it into a bag. Got it. Let's go. They turned to leave. Vanessa stood in the doorway. Behind her, Derek. And behind Derek, 4 men with guns. Hello, darling. Vanessa's smile was ice. Looking for something. Marcus's bodyguards raised their weapons. Derek's men did the same. Standoff. Put the bag down, Marcus. Walk away. We don't have to do this the hard way. You tried to kill my daughter. Your daughter is a liability, just like her mother was. Too smart, too observant, too dangerous. She's 6 years old. She's a witness, one who draws everything she sees with perfect accuracy. Then you should have left her alone. I should have handled her months ago, but I was sentimental, my mistake. Marcus's grip tightened on the bag. It's over, Vanessa. I have everything. The evidence, the recordings. By tomorrow morning, the FBI will have all of it. No, they won't. A shot rang out. One of Marcus's bodyguards dropped, then the second, dead before they hit the ground. Derek stepped forward, gun still smoking. Sorry about your friends, but like my sister said, loose ends. Marcus backed against the wall, trapped, unarmed, no way out. Vanessa approached slowly. You know what's funny, Marcus? I actually liked you. You were sweet, naive, so desperate for love, the perfect mark. I trusted you. That was your mistake. Trust is weakness. She reached for the bag. Marcus yanked it away. The police are already looking for you. CPS has Zoe's statement. Even if you kill me, you're finished. Oh, Marcus. Vanessa laughed. You still don't understand how this works. In 2 hours, Zoe is going to have a terrible accident. A complication from her fall. Very tragic. And with no witness, no evidence, and a grieving widower who tragically took his own life from guilt, the story writes itself. You're insane. I'm practical. There's a difference. Derek raised his gun. Enough talking. Let's finish this. Marcus closed his eyes. Denise. Zoe. I'm sorry. I tried. The sound of shattering glass. Shouts. Gunfire. Marcus opened his eyes. Men were pouring through the windows. Black tactical gear. FBI on their vests. Raymond's voice over a megaphone. FBI, drop your weapons, get on the ground. Derek spun, firing wildly. Return fire dropped him instantly. Vanessa ran. Through the doorway. Down the hall. Marcus chased her. She was fast. He was faster. Fueled by rage, by grief, by 2 years of lies. He caught her at the top of the stairs, grabbed her arm, spun her around. It's over, Vanessa. It's finally over. Her hand came up. Something glinted. A knife. She slashed. He dodged. The blade caught his shoulder. Pain exploded. She slashed again. This time he caught her wrist, twisted. The knife clattered away. Let me go, she screamed. You don't understand what you're doing. FBI agents appeared behind them. Hands grabbed Vanessa, pulled her away, cuffed her. Vanessa Cole, also known as Valentina Cole, you're under arrest for human trafficking, conspiracy to commit murder, and attempted murder. You have the right to remain silent. Marcus didn't hear the rest. His legs gave out. He slumped against the wall. Raymond appeared above him. We got them. All of them. It's over. Zoe. Is Zoe safe? We have agents at the hospital. She's fine. Nobody got near her. Marcus closed his eyes. Relief washed over him. His daughter was safe. Vanessa was in custody. The nightmare was ending. But even as he allowed himself to feel hope, Vanessa's words echoed in his mind. Jerome will kill everyone you love. The Phantom. Still out there. Still dangerous. This battle was over. But the war had just begun. Hours later, Marcus sat in Zoe's hospital room. His shoulder was bandaged. His ribs were taped. His body ached in places he didn't know existed. But his daughter was safe in the bed beside him, sleeping peacefully for the first time in months. His phone buzzed. A text from Raymond. Vanessa is talking, trying to make a deal. She's giving up everything. Names, locations, financial accounts. Jerome Hayes is going to have a very bad week. Marcus typed back. Good. Let her rot. Another text. There's something else. Something you need to know. What the FBI found children in your basement. 12 of them. Being held for transport. Ages 6 to 14. Marcus felt tears burn his eyes. 12 children. In his house. Waiting to be sold. They're safe now. All of them. Because of what you did tonight. Marcus looked at his daughter. At her peaceful face. At her small hand curled against the pillow. She had drawn everything. Had documented the horror even when no one believed her. Had kept trying to tell the truth even when the monster threatened to silence her forever. His 6-year-old daughter had helped save 12 lives. I'm so proud of you, baby, he whispered. So proud. The sun was rising. Golden light streamed through the hospital window. A new day, a new beginning. Marcus had lost his wife, had nearly lost his daughter, had discovered that everything he believed was built on lies. But Zoe was alive. The truth was exposed, justice was coming. And somewhere in the distance, the phantom was running. Marcus didn't know how long it would take, how many battles lay ahead, how much more he would have to sacrifice. But he knew one thing with absolute certainty. He would protect his daughter. He would finish what Denise started. And he would not stop until every last monster was dragged into the light. 3 days had passed since the FBI raid on Washington Estate. 3 days since Vanessa was dragged away in handcuffs. 3 days since Marcus discovered his entire marriage was a lie. And in exactly 4 hours, he would stand before a judge to fight for custody of his daughter. His phone buzzed. Raymond. We have a problem. Vanessa's lawyer filed new motions this morning. She's claiming you knew about the operation. That's insane. She has documents, forged probably, but convincing enough to create doubt. How do I fight forged documents? With the truth, and with the FBI's evidence. Catherine Wells is testifying today. She'll present everything we found. Will it be enough? It has to be. Marcus hung up, looked at Zoe. She was drawing. Always drawing. Her way of processing the horror. Daddy, what's going to happen today? I'm going to talk to a judge, to make sure you stay with me forever. What if the judge says no? That's not going to happen. But what if it does? Marcus knelt beside her. Listen to me, sweetheart. I caught you when you fell. I found you when someone tried to take you. I will never ever let anyone separate us. She nodded, but fear still filled her eyes. Elena appeared at the door. It's time, Mr. Washington. Marcus kissed Zoe's forehead. I'll be back soon. Raymond and Elena will stay with you. Pinky promise. He wrapped his finger around hers. Pinky promise. The federal courthouse was chaos. Cameras, reporters, microphones shoved in his face. Marcus pushed through with Gregory Harrison, his attorney. Whatever Vanessa says, don't react. That's what she wants. I understand. They entered the courtroom. Vanessa sat at the defendant's table, orange jumpsuit, handcuffs. But her eyes were the same, cold, calculating. She smiled when she saw him. Judge Patricia Morrison entered. This court is now in session. Matter of Washington versus Cole. Custody of the minor child, Zoe Washington. Gregory stood. Your Honor, the facts are straightforward. Vanessa Cole pushed my client's daughter off a 4th-floor balcony. She's charged with attempted murder. She has no business being anywhere near Zoe Washington. Pierce Vanessa's lawyer stood. My client does not contest custody. Murmurs rippled through the courtroom. However, my client wishes to make a statement regarding Mr. Washington's fitness as a parent. Gregory jumped up. Objection. This is custody hearing, not character assassination. Overruled. Mrs. Cole may speak. Vanessa smiled. Thank you, Your Honor. I want everyone to understand who Marcus Washington really is. Objection. Sit down, Mr. Harrison. Vanessa continued. Marcus presents himself as a victim, a devoted father. But the truth is different. Marcus knew about the operation. He knew about the children. His company's international accounts made perfect cover for moving money. Marcus shot to his feet. That's a lie. Mr. Washington, sit down. She's lying. I never knew. Sit down, or I will hold you in contempt. Marcus sat, shaking with rage. Vanessa kept talking. Marcus was never innocent. He was a willing partner. Until he got scared. Until the FBI got close. Then he decided to frame me. Your Honor. Gregory's voice was tight. The FBI has cleared my client of any involvement. I have proof, Vanessa said calmly. Silence fell over the courtroom. What proof? Judge Morrison asked. Documents, recordings, evidence that Marcus Washington helped plan his first wife's murder. Marcus couldn't breathe. Where is this evidence? Hidden, safe. I'll produce it when the time is right. Gregory stepped forward. This is fabrication. If Mrs. Cole had such evidence, she would have presented it already. I'm making promises, Vanessa said. And I always keep my promises. She looked at Marcus. Just like I promised Denise, right before I made her go to sleep forever. The courtroom erupted. Order! Order! It took 5 minutes to restore calm. Judge Morrison looked exhausted. Mrs. Cole, you just admitted to murder in open court. I admitted to nothing. I'm simply telling stories. Your Honor, Gregory said, this is exactly the manipulation my client warned about. The judge was silent for a long moment. Mrs. Cole, do you contest Mr. Washington's custody of Zoe? No. Do you request visitation rights? No. Then what are you trying to accomplish? Vanessa leaned forward. I'm making sure everyone knows the truth. That Marcus Washington isn't a hero. He's a survivor. And survivors like him always have blood on their hands. That's enough. Judge Morrison's voice was ice. I'm granting Mr. Washington full custody effective immediately. Mrs. Cole's parental rights are terminated. A permanent restraining order is issued. She banged her gavel. This matter is concluded. Marcus should have felt relief. Victory. Instead, he felt hollow. Vanessa was being led away. As she passed, she leaned close, whispered, Jerome is coming. And when he's done with you, Zoe will wish I had pushed her harder. Then, she was gone. Marcus stood frozen. Gregory touched his arm. We need to go, now. They exited through a back entrance. Federal marshals surrounded them. Where's Zoe? Still at the safe house. Raymond is with her. I need to see her. His phone buzzed. Raymond. Marcus, we have a situation. What? Someone breached the safe house perimeter. My team stopped them, but they got close. Too close. Is Zoe okay? She's fine. Scared, but fine. But these weren't amateurs. They were professionals. Jerome's people. I'm coming. Wait. One of them had a message, written, for you. What does it say? Raymond was quiet for a moment. It says 48 hours, then I take everything. Marcus's blood turned to ice. Get Zoe ready to move. I'm 20 minutes out. He drove like a madman, ran every light. Zoe was waiting at the door when he arrived. Daddy. He lifted her, held her tight. Bad men came, but Raymond's friends stopped them. I know. We're going somewhere safer now. Raymond appeared. FBI is setting up a federal protection site, maximum security. When do we move? Now. They loaded into armored vehicles. 3 SUVs. Armed escorts. The drive took 2 hours. A facility outside the city. Walls, guards, cameras everywhere. Catherine Wells met them at the entrance. You'll be safe here. This is one of our most secure locations. Jerome found the last safe house in ours. This is different. No one outside this building knows you're here. Marcus wasn't convinced, but he had no choice. They settled into a suite on the top floor. Zoe fell asleep on the couch, exhausted from fear. Marcus covered her with a blanket, then turned to Catherine. Tell me about Jerome Hayes. He's been operating for 30 years, the biggest trafficking network in North America. We've gotten close twice. Both times our entire team was killed. So how do we stop him? We don't. Not conventionally. Jerome has sources inside every law enforcement agency. Every operation we've planned has been compromised. Then what's the plan? Catherine pulled out documents. Maps, photographs. Vanessa has been talking. She's terrified. Not of prison, of Jerome. She gave us a location. His primary base, a compound in Nevada. Why hasn't the FBI raided it? Last time we tried 30 agents died. Jerome knew we were coming. Marcus studied the documents. You want me to do something? I want you to be the weapon Jerome doesn't see coming. He's obsessed with you now. If you reach out, he'll take the meeting. And then what? You wear a wire, get him talking, get a confession. Then we bring everything we have. That's suicide. That's the only option. Marcus looked at Zoe, sleeping, peaceful. If I do this, what happens to her? She stays here, maximum protection. If something goes wrong, we get her out of the country. New identity, new life. And if something goes right, Jerome Hayes goes to prison forever, and you go home to your daughter. Marcus closed his eyes. Risk everything, or run forever. When do we start? Now. 2:14 a.m. Marcus sat in Zoe's room, watching her sleep. Daddy. Go back to sleep, baby. Why are you sitting in the dark? Just thinking. About what? About how much I love you. She sat up slowly. You're going somewhere, aren't you? His heart cracked. She could read him completely. I have to go somewhere, yes, but I'm coming back. You always say that. This time is different. How? Because this time, I'm going for you. To make sure the bad man can never hurt you again. Zoe reached under her pillow, pulled out a folded paper. I made this for you, in case you don't come back. A drawing. 3 figures holding hands. A tall man, a woman with wings, a little girl. Daddy, Mommy, me. In heaven together. Tears burned his eyes. Baby. I'm not going to heaven. Not yet. Promise? I promise. She crawled into his lap, held on tight. I don't want you to go, Daddy. I know, baby. I don't want to be alone again. You won't be. Raymond will be here. Elena too. But I want you. Marcus held her tighter. I have to go, sweetheart. But I need you to be brave. Can you do that? I can be brave. But only if you come back. I'll come back. Pinky promise. He wrapped his finger around hers. Pinky promise. She smiled. Okay, Daddy. I believe you. He held her until she fell asleep. 6:00 a.m. Operations Center. Collins, the team leader, briefed them. Jerome's compound, 2 hours north, walls, guards, cameras, a fortress. How do I get in? You call him. Tell him you've reconsidered his offer. What if he just kills me? We'll be 2 miles out, close enough to respond. Catherine handed him a device. Tracker, panic button. Press and hold for 3 seconds. We hear everything. Marcus took it. Any last advice? Don't die. 8:45 a.m. Marcus made the call. Jerome answered on the first ring. Mr. Washington, I wasn't expecting to hear from you. I've been thinking about your offer. Have you? I want to meet in person. Silence. You want to negotiate. I want to understand my options. Your options are simple. Leave or die. Then prove it. Meet me. Show me who you really are. Long pause. Very well. My compound. Tonight, 9 p.m. Come alone. How do I find it? I'll send coordinates. And Mr. Washington, if you bring anyone, I'll make you watch your daughter die first. The line went dead. 5:20 p.m. Marcus knelt beside Zoe's bed. I have to go now, baby. All ready? Yes. She threw her arms around his neck. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, sweetheart. More than anything. He kissed her forehead, walked to the door. Daddy. He turned. Don't forget your pinky promise. I won't, baby. I won't. He closed the door behind him. The hardest thing he had ever done. 10:30 p.m. Jerome's compound. The fortress appeared in the darkness. Walls 30 feet high. Guard towers, spotlights. A gate opened. 2 armed men emerged. Mr. Washington, follow us. They led him through the compound, past buildings, past vehicles, past faces with dead eyes. Jerome was waiting by a fireplace. Mr. Washington, welcome. Nice place. Jerome laughed. I like you. Most men who come here are too terrified to speak. I'm terrified. Just better at hiding it. No, you're not hiding it. I can see it in your eyes. Jerome poured whiskey, handed one to Marcus. Your options are simple. Disappear. Leave the country. Never speak to the FBI again. Your daughter grows up safe. And option 2. You continue to fight, and I destroy everything you love. Marcus took the whiskey. What about option 3? There is no option 3. There's always an option 3. I help you. Silence. Then Jerome laughed. You help me, the man who killed your wife. Because you were right, I'm out of my depth. I'm a businessman, and businessmen understand leverage. What leverage do you have? Information about the FBI investigation, about Vanessa's network. Jerome studied him. You're lying. Maybe, but can you afford that chance? Long silence. Fire crackled. Very well. 1 week. Prove your value. Find a leak in my organization. What leak? The FBI has a source inside. Someone close. Find them. Marcus nodded. Then we have a deal. Jerome extended his hand. The grip was cold. 1 week. Don't disappoint me. Marcus left the compound. Heart pounding. Collins was waiting. You made it. I made it. Did you get what we needed? I got more. Jerome thinks I'm working for him now. That's dangerous. It's the only way. 3:15 a.m. Safe house. Marcus crept into Zoe's room. She was asleep, peaceful. He sat beside her bed, watched her breathe. He had survived, kept his promise, but the war wasn't over. 6:00 a.m. Day 3. Raymond shook him awake. We have a problem. What? Vanessa, Jerome's men took her from the federal convoy. She's at his compound now. Marcus sat up. Catherine said that might happen. This isn't part of the plan. Vanessa is talking, telling Jerome everything. About the FBI. About you. About the wire. Marcus's blood turned cold. How do you know? Intercepted communications. He knows Marcus. The meeting was a test. Then why didn't he kill me? Because he wants something else. Something worse. Raymond showed him a video. Vanessa bound to a chair, face bloody. Jerome's voice. Say hello to Mr. Washington. Marcus. He knows everything. I'm sorry. I had to tell him. Jerome stepped into frame. You thought you could outsmart me, but I've been doing this for 30 years. The video ended. Marcus stared at the screen. He wants Zoe. He wants leverage. He knows the FBI won't stop as long as you can testify. I won't give him my daughter. That's why we're moving. Now. Marcus ran to Zoe's room, grabbed her. What's happening, Daddy? We have to go, right now. Why? I'll explain in the car. They loaded into vehicles. Engines roared. As they pulled away, Marcus looked back. Nowhere was safe now. Jerome was coming. And the final battle was about to begin. Highway 95 North, 7:23 a.m. The convoy tore through the desert at 90 miles an hour. 2 armored SUVs, 8 armed men. Marcus held Zoe tight against his chest. Her small body trembled. Daddy, where are we going? Somewhere safe. Is the bad man coming? Yes, but we're going to be ready. Raymond's voice crackled over the radio. We've got a tail. Black helicopter. 2 miles back. Closing fast. Collins responded. All vehicles increase speed. We need to reach extraction before they catch up. Marcus looked out the back window. A black dot on the horizon, growing larger. Jerome wasn't waiting. He was coming now. How did he find us so fast? Raymond's voice was grim. He has resources we can't imagine. Satellite tracking. Inside sources. The helicopter was visible now. Black. Military grade. Contact in 2 minutes, Collins announced. All personnel prepare for engagement. Marcus pulled Zoe closer. Baby, get on the floor. Curl up small. Don't move until I say. Daddy, I'm scared. I know. Be brave for me. She slid down, curled into a ball. Marcus covered her with his body. The helicopter roared overhead. Gunfire erupted. Bullets pinged off the armored roof. Return fire. The rear window slid down. 2 men opened up with automatic weapons. Deafening. Zoe screamed beneath Marcus. Stay down, baby! The helicopter banked. Circled back. Heavier rounds this time. The lead vehicle's tire exploded. The SUV swerved. Flipped. Rolled 3 times. Lead vehicle down. Their SUV slammed to a stop. Doors flew open. Men poured out. Marcus grabbed Zoe. We're moving. Hold on to me. He kicked open the door. Gunfire everywhere. Smoke. Chaos. Collins appeared. This way, culvert 50 yards east. They ran. Marcus's legs burned. Lungs screamed. But he didn't stop. The helicopter swooped low. Door gunner opened fire. Rounds chewed up the ground behind them. Down! Collins tackled them into a ditch. Bullets screamed overhead. We can't stay here. Backup is 3 minutes out. We don't have 3 minutes. The helicopter landed. Men poured out. 8. 10. 12. All armed. Contact front. Raymond's men were outnumbered. Outgunned. Falling back. Marcus looked at Zoe. Eyes squeezed shut. Lips moving. Praying. Collins, is there another way out? Negative. We're pinned. Then I'll give myself up. Draw them away. That's suicide. I don't care. My daughter lives. You die, she has no one. Jerome takes her anyway. Before Marcus could argue, a new sound. Different engines. 3 black SUVs tearing across the desert. No markings. Who the hell is that? The vehicles skidded between them and Jerome's men. Doors opened. 12 figures emerged. Tactical gear. Heavy weapons. One approached. Pulled off their helmet. Catherine Wells. Miss me. You're supposed to be at headquarters. Plans changed. She pulled him up. These are my personal assets. Very expensive. Very effective. Gunfire intensified. Catherine's team pushed Jerome's forces back. Secondary extraction point. 4 miles north. My helicopter is waiting. Marcus grabbed Zoe. Can you run, baby? She nodded, tears streaming, but determined. They ran. 8:15 a.m. The helicopter was military transport. Bigger, faster. Marcus strapped Zoe in. She was shaking. It's okay. We're safe now. Are the bad men gone? Yes. Catherine climbed in. Blood on her vest, not hers. We have a problem. Another one. Jerome wasn't with the assault team. He's still out there. Marcus felt cold. Where? We don't know, but we intercepted a communication. He's moving to a backup location. So he escaped. For now, but we heard him, killed 12 of his men. Wounded animals are most dangerous. That's why we're taking you to a federal facility. Maximum security. The helicopter lifted off. Desert fell away beneath them. Daddy? Yes, baby? Is it over? Marcus looked at Catherine. She shook her head. Almost, sweetheart. Almost. 11:47 a.m. FBI Field Office, Los Angeles. The facility was a fortress. Armed guards, biometric scanners, reinforced walls. Raymond arrived an hour later, arm in a sling. Catherine's team is good, but Jerome slipped through. Any leads? We found Vanessa. Marcus went still. Where? Desert, 10 miles from the convoy. Raymond paused. It wasn't pretty. He killed her. Worse, made an example, left a message. Raymond showed him a photo, Vanessa's body, and carved into her skin one word. Next, Marcus felt sick. He's not going to stop. No. Then I have to stop him first. Marcus, don't. The FBI has been hunting Jerome for 20 years. He's still out there. What are you going to do? Whatever it takes. Raymond studied him. You've changed. I had to. What do you need? Everything you have on Jerome. Every piece of intelligence. That's classified. Then unclassify it. I could lose everything. And I could lose my daughter. Which matters more? Raymond didn't hesitate. Tonight. 3:30 p.m. Marcus spread documents across the table. Years of intelligence, surveillance, financial records. Catherine appeared at the door. You really think you can find something we missed? I have to try. She sat across from him. There's something you should know. About Jerome. What? He has a son. Marcus looked up. 32 years old. Michael Hayes. Runs the legitimate side of Jerome's business. Real estate. Investment. Where is he? Here, Los Angeles. Does he know what his father does? We don't know. He's careful. Clean record. But he knows where his father is. Probably. Then I need to talk to him. He's protected by lawyers and security. I'll find a way. 5:15 p.m. Hayes Investment Group, downtown Los Angeles. Marcus walked through the lobby like he owned it. Can I help you? Marcus Washington to see Michael Hayes? Do you have an appointment? No, but tell him it's about his father. The receptionist hesitated. Made a call. Her face went pale. Mr. Hayes will see you. 32nd floor. The elevator opened. A man was waiting. 32. Jerome's features but softer. Mr. Washington, I've heard about you. From your father. From the news. Walk with me. My office has too many ears. They ended up on a private balcony. Why are you here? I need to find your father. Why would I help you? Because he's going to destroy everything you've built. When the FBI takes him down, they'll take you too. I have nothing to do with his activities. The FBI won't care. They'll seize everything. Michael's jaw tightened. What do I get in return? A chance to walk away clean. Silence. Wind whipped across the balcony. I hate him, you know. Marcus said nothing. Growing up, I thought he was a hero. I didn't know what he really was until I was 25. By then, I was in too deep. It's not too late to get out. Michael was quiet for a long moment. There's a property, in the mountains, 2 hours north. My father bought it years ago. Under a shell company even the FBI doesn't know about. Give me the address. If I do this, he'll kill me. If you don't, the FBI will destroy you. Long pause. Michael pulled out a card, wrote something, handed it to Marcus. Be careful. My father isn't just dangerous. He's evil. Then I'll have to kill him first. 7:45 p.m., FBI field office. Marcus showed Catherine the card. Jerome's hideout, 2 hours north. How did you get this? Michael Hayes. The son. He gave this willingly. He wants his father gone as much as we do. Or he gave it because Jerome told him to. This could be a trap. Probably is, but it's our only lead. We can't assault a property without warrants. How long? Days. Maybe weeks. Zoe doesn't have days. Catherine was quiet. What are you proposing? I go in alone, scout the location. If Jerome is there, I signal you. And if it's a trap, then I don't signal, and you keep Zoe safe. This is insane. This is necessary. Catherine stared at him, then nodded. Collins and 2 men will accompany you. Surveillance only. Agreed. 10:30 p.m. Mountain property. The compound appeared in the darkness. Walls 30 feet high. Guard towers, spotlights. Collins whispered. 2 guards on the south side. At least 4 on the north. Jerome, can't confirm. I need to get closer. That's not the plan. The plan changed. Before Collins could argue, Marcus was moving. Silent. Careful. He reached the tree line, pressed against a trunk, listened. Voices. Distant. Then clearer. The Washington girl. She's the priority now. Marcus's blood turned to ice. The father doesn't matter. He's a pest. But the girl is leverage. Jerome. That was Jerome's voice. The FBI facility is heavily guarded. I don't care about difficult. I care about results. Find a way. Marcus's hands were shaking. Jerome was planning another attack. On Zoe. He pulled out his phone. No signal. Mountains blocking everything. He needed to get back. Call Catherine. Warn them. He turned to move. A gun barrel pressed against his head. Hello, Mr. Washington. Mr. Hayes has been expecting you. They dragged him inside. Jerome sat in a leather chair. Calm. Composed. How kind of you to visit. Your son sold you out. My son did exactly what I told him to do. Marcus felt cold. A trap. All of it. You've been very troublesome. Cost me men, money. Jerome stood, walked toward him. But I don't hold grudges. Then what do you want? The same thing I've always wanted. Your silence. Your absence. I'll never cooperate with you. Oh, I think you will. Jerome pulled out a phone, showed Marcus the screen. A video feed. Live. Zoe. In her room at the FBI facility. Sleeping. Beautiful child. If you touch her, I won't have to. On the video, the door to Zoe's room opened. A man stepped inside. Armed. Federal uniform, but not FBI. That's one of my people. Inside the facility for 2 years. Marcus lunged. 2 guards grabbed him, forced him to his knees. Please. The word tore out of him. Please don't hurt her. I'll do anything. Anything. Yes. Jerome leaned close. Then here's what you're going to do. Call the FBI. Tell them you were wrong. That you made up everything about me. Publicly apologize. Then disappear. And if I do that, then your daughter lives. Marcus's mind raced. How do I know you'll keep your word? You don't, but you don't have a choice. On the video, the guard moved closer to Zoe's bed. Stop! Jerome raised a hand. The guard froze. I'll do it. Whatever you want. Just call him off. Jerome smiled. I knew you'd see reason. He handed Marcus a phone. Make the call. Recant everything. Marcus took the phone, hands shaking. This was the end. Everything he had fought for. Meaningless. He dialed Catherine's number. Marcus, where are you? Collins said you went dark. Catherine, I need to tell you something. What's wrong? I was wrong. About everything. Jerome Hayes isn't a criminal. I made it all up. Silence. Marcus, what's happening? I need you to drop the investigation. More silence. Then Catherine's voice changed. Harder. I understand. We'll discuss this when you're safe. Where are you? I'm at a friend's house, in the mountains. Okay, stay safe. The line went dead. Jerome took the phone. Good. Now we wait. Guards dragged Marcus to a basement room. Cold. Dark. They threw him inside. Locked the door. Marcus lay in darkness. Thinking. Catherine was smart. She would have caught the warning. But would she be fast enough? He closed his eyes, prayed. Please. Let her be fast enough. 4:30 a.m. Day 4. Marcus woke to helicopters. Not one. Multiple. Different directions. Shouts upstairs. Running feet. Gunfire. The door burst open. A guard rushed in. On your feet! We're moving! The wall behind the guard exploded inward. A figure emerged. Tactical gear, FBI vest, 2 shots. The guard dropped. Mr. Washington, Catherine Wells sent us. Time to go. They moved through the house, bodies everywhere. Jerome's men neutralized. Where's Jerome? Unknown, still clearing the building. They reached the main floor. FBI agents swarming everywhere. Marcus? Collins ran over. Catherine got your message. Triangulated your position. Jerome? No sign. He might have escaped. A door burst open at the far end. Jerome emerged, dragging someone. Catherine Wells. Bloodied, barely conscious. Nobody move, or the prosecutor dies. Everyone froze. Drop your weapons, all of you. Guns clattered to the floor. You think you've won? Jerome laughed. I have people everywhere. This isn't over. It's over, Jerome. Marcus stepped forward. Your men are dead. Your operation is destroyed. I have her and your daughter. You don't have my daughter. She's safe. Doubt flickered in Jerome's eyes. You're lying. Call your man, the one inside the facility. Jerome dialed, one-handed, gun still at Catherine's head. No answer. Dialed again. Nothing. What did you do? Catherine locked down the facility, found your mole. Zoe was never touched. No, I planned everything. You planned for enemies, not for a father. I'll kill her, Jerome screamed. Then what? Then you die. Is that what you want? Long silence. Jerome's hand was shaking. Wild eyes. Catherine moved. Elbow into Jerome's ribs. Spin. Grabbed the gun. It went off. Blood sprayed. Jerome staggered backward. Bullet through his lung. FBI agents swarmed him, tackled, cuffed. Marcus ran to Catherine. Are you okay? I'm fine. Breathing hard, but alive. Is it really over? Marcus looked at Jerome, bleeding on the floor. Yeah, it's really over. 9:15 a.m. FBI field office. Zoe ran to Marcus the moment he walked in. Daddy. He caught her, lifted her, held her tight. I knew you'd come back. I promised, didn't I? Pinky promise kept. Pinky promise kept. Raymond approached. Jerome is in surgery. They think he'll survive. He'll stand trial. Good. I want him to spend every day in a cell knowing he lost. He carried Zoe to their suite. Daddy. Yes, baby. Is the bad man gone forever? Yes, forever. So we're safe now. We're safe now. She was quiet. Daddy, can we go home? Marcus thought about Washington Estate, the balcony, the basement, all that horror. We're going to find a new home, somewhere fresh, just you and me. Will there be a swing? The biggest swing you've ever seen. And a dog. Maybe a dog. And you'll be there every day. Every single day. Pinky promise? He wrapped his finger around hers. Pinky promise. She smiled. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, sweetheart. More than anything in the world. Outside the sun was rising. The nightmare was ending. But the healing was just beginning. Part 4. 4000, 4500, 1659. Orchestrated narrative continuation, spanning trial conviction and emotional resolution. The user wants me to write part 4 of the story, with a word count of 4,500 words. Let me continue the story from where part 3 ended, maintaining the same style and emotional intensity. 2 weeks had passed since Jerome Hayes was carried out of that mountain house. 2 weeks of interrogations, lawyers, evidence review. Today the trial would begin. Marcus stood in front of the mirror, adjusting his tie. Hands steady now. The shaking had stopped around week 1. "Daddy?" Zoe appeared in the doorway. Blue dress, hair in braids. "You look beautiful, sweetheart." "Are you scared?" "A little." "Me too." She walked over, took his hand. "But we're brave together, right?" "Right." The federal courthouse was chaos. Cameras, reporters, satellite trucks. Catherine met them at the entrance. "Ready?" "No, but let's do it anyway." Inside security was airport level, metal detectors, armed guards. "Zoe will wait in a secure room during your testimony," Catherine said. "Elena will be with her." "Thank you." "Marcus, whatever Jerome says, don't let him get to you." "I understand." He kissed Zoe's forehead. "I'll be back soon, baby." "I'll draw you a picture." "I'd like that." She disappeared with Elena. Marcus walked into the courtroom. Jerome Hayes sat at the defendant's table. He looked different, smaller. The gunshot wound had taken something from him. The legendary Phantom was just a man in chains. Their eyes met. Jerome smiled. That cold, empty smile. Marcus didn't look away. "All rise." The Honorable Judge Patricia Morrison presiding. The judge surveyed the courtroom. "This is the United States versus Jerome Alexander Hayes. 47 counts of human trafficking. 12 counts of first-degree murder. Conspiracy. How does the defendant plead?" Jerome's lawyer stood. "Not guilty, Your Honor." "Prosecution, your opening statement." The prosecutor rose, young, fierce. For 30 years, Jerome Hayes operated the largest human trafficking network in North America. He destroyed thousands of lives, murdered dozens. Today we will prove this man is not a phantom. He is a monster, and monsters belong in cages. The defense attorney stood, older, experienced. "My client is a businessman, a philanthropist. The prosecution's case rests on questionable witnesses. Jerome Hayes is the victim of a government conspiracy." Marcus listened, felt anger building, but kept his face neutral. Prosecution may call their first witness. The people call Marcus Washington. Marcus walked to the stand, placed his hand on the Bible. "Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?" "I do." The prosecutor approached. "Mr. Washington, please state your relationship to the defendant." "Jerome Hayes is responsible for murdering my first wife. He orchestrated the attempt on my daughter's life. He threatened to kill my 6-year-old if I cooperated with the FBI. Describe the events that led to your involvement." Marcus told everything. The balcony, the basement, the mountain compound. When he finished, the prosecutor nodded. "No further questions." The defense attorney rose. Predatory smile. "Mr. Washington, isn't it true you never actually saw Jerome Hayes commit any crime?" "I heard him confess to multiple crimes." "You heard words, but no physical evidence." "There were recordings. Recordings that conveniently support your version." Marcus felt his jaw tighten. "The recordings are real. The crimes are real." "Objection. Opinion, not fact." "Sustained." The lawyer continued. "Mr. Washington, isn't it true you were an absent father?" "I worked long hours, yes." "Your daughter was primarily raised by hired help?" "Yes." "So you weren't present to observe what happened in your own home?" "I trusted my wife. I was wrong." "Were you wrong, or are you shifting blame?" "Objection. Badgering." "Withdrawn. One final question. Wouldn't you say anything to protect your daughter?" "Yes." Even lie under oath?" "I'm not lying." "But you would, if you thought it would help her." Marcus met the lawyer's eyes. I would do anything for my daughter. But I don't need to lie. The truth is damning enough. No further questions. Marcus returned to his seat, heart pounding. The trial continued for 3 more days. FBI presented evidence, financial records, communication intercepts, testimony from victims. But Jerome's lawyer fought every step, challenged everything. On the 4th day, Jerome took the stand. Mr. Hayes, did you commit these crimes? No, I am a legitimate businessman, targeted by the FBI because of my success. What about Marcus Washington's testimony? Mr. Washington is a grieving man. I understand his pain, but he's directing it at the wrong person. Why would he make these accusations? Because the FBI manipulated him, used his grief as a weapon. Marcus watched. Jerome was smooth, convincing. Then the prosecutor rose. Mr. Hayes, you claim to be legitimate. Explain these financial records. Documents appeared on screen. Wire transfers totaling $47 million to shell companies linked to trafficking. I invest in many companies. I can't be responsible for what they do. And these communication intercepts, your voice discussing shipments and buyers. Taken out of context. What about Maria Gonzalez? 16 years old, held in your facility for 3 months. She identified you by name. Jerome's composure flickered. She is mistaken. She picked you out of a lineup with no hesitation. Children make mistakes. 12 victims identified you, Mr. Hayes, all telling the same story. They were coached. And Marcus Washington, was he coached too? He's looking for someone to blame. He caught his daughter falling from a balcony, seconds after your associate pushed her. I had nothing to do with that. No. The prosecutor played a recording. Jerome's voice. Clear, unmistakable. The Washington girl. She's the priority now. The father doesn't matter. But the girl is leverage. The courtroom erupted. Order, order! Jerome's face went pale. Mr. Hayes, that recording was from FBI surveillance. Your voice, your words, your plan to kidnap a 6-year-old child. That recording was illegally obtained. It was obtained pursuant to a valid federal warrant, fully admissible. Jerome said nothing. No further questions. The jury deliberated for 6 hours. Marcus sat in the hallway with Zoe. She had finished her drawing, a house with a yard, a swing, a dog. That's our new home, she explained, after the bad man goes away. It's beautiful. You're in the picture, pushing me on the swing. She pointed to a cloud. That's Mommy, watching us. Marcus felt tears burn. That's perfect, baby. The door opened. Catherine appeared. They're back. The courtroom was silent as the jury filed in. Has the jury reached a verdict? We have, Your Honor. On the charge of human trafficking, how do you find? Guilty. On conspiracy to commit murder. Guilty. On first-degree murder, 12 counts. Guilty on all counts. The word echoed. Guilty. 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 Jerome's face was stone, but his eyes told a different story. Fear. Defeat. Jerome Alexander Hayes, you have been found guilty on all charges. Sentencing in 2 weeks. Remanded to federal custody without bail. The gavel fell. It was over. Catherine touched Marcus's arm. He's going to prison forever. He can't hurt you anymore. Marcus nodded slowly. I need to see my daughter. He found Zoe in the waiting room. The bad man is going away. Forever, baby. She ran to him. He lifted her, held her tight. Can we go home now, Daddy? Yes, sweetheart. We can go home. 2 weeks later, sentencing day. The courtroom was packed. Media, FBI, victims, and their families. Jerome stood before Judge Morrison. Mr. Hayes, do you have anything to say before sentencing? Jerome was silent. Then he turned, looked directly at Marcus. You think you've won? You haven't. Men like me don't disappear. We multiply. For every operation you shut down, 2 more rise. Marcus stood. You're wrong. Sit down, Mr. Washington. Every child matters. Every life saved matters. You spent 30 years destroying families. Now you'll spend the rest of your life watching them heal. Judge Morrison banged her gavel. That's enough. She turned to Jerome. Mr. Hayes, I have presided over many cases. Murderers, rapists. But you are something else entirely. You are evil in its purest form. 12 consecutive life sentences. No possibility of parole. You will die in prison. The gavel fell. Guards led Jerome away. As he passed Marcus, he stopped. This isn't over. Yes, it is. Jerome was gone. Marcus stood in the courtroom, breathing, processing. 30 years of terror, thousands of victims. Ended. Catherine approached. The FBI director wants to give you an award. I don't want awards. What you did matters, not just for Zoe, for hundreds of victims. Marcus looked toward the door. I didn't do anything special. I just refused to stop. That's exactly what made you special. Raymond appeared. There's something else. The FBI recovered assets totaling $300 million from Jerome's operation. A portion is set aside for you and Zoe. I don't want his money. Put it toward something good. A foundation. Something that helps victims. Marcus was quiet. Denise wanted to expose them. She died trying. Then finish what she started. That night. Safe house. Marcus sat on Zoe's bed. She was almost asleep. Daddy. Yes, baby. What happens now? Now we live. We find a new home. We build a new life. Will you still have to work all the time? No, sweetheart. I'm done with that. Really? Really. I sold my company. Her eyes widened. You did? Now I'm just a dad. That's my only job. She smiled. I like that job. Me too. Daddy. Yes. I'm glad you caught me. His heart clenched. I'll always catch you, baby. Always. Pinky promise. He wrapped his finger around hers. Pinky promise. She drifted to sleep. His phone buzzed. Text from Catherine. Jerome died an hour ago. Heart attack in his cell. Tried to revive him. Couldn't. Marcus stared at the message. Jerome Hayes. The Phantom. Dead. He should have felt something. Relief. Satisfaction. Instead, he felt empty. It wasn't Jerome's death that mattered. It was the lives he destroyed. The scars would never fully heal, but maybe they could start to fade. He typed back, "What happens now?" Catherine's response, "Now the healing begins." Marcus looked at Zoe, at her peaceful face. Hope. That's what she had, despite everything. He would protect that hope, nurture it, because that was the only thing that mattered now. 1 week later, the new house was perfect, Victorian, Pasadena, 4 bedrooms, big backyard. Zoe ran through the empty rooms, laughing. This is my room, and this is the dog's room. Marcus watched her, smiling. Elena appeared beside him. She seems happy. First time in a long time. You too. Me too. Raymond walked in carrying boxes. Where do you want these? Living room for now. They spent the day unpacking. By evening, Zoe was exhausted. Marcus carried her to her new room. Daddy. Yes, baby. This is the best day ever. Better than Disneyland. Way better. Because you're here, the whole day, not on the phone, just here. His heart broke and healed at the same time. I'm always going to be here now. Every day. Promise? Promise. Pinky promise. He wrapped his finger around hers. Pinky promise. She smiled, closed her eyes. He sat beside her until she fell asleep. Then he walked to the window. Tomorrow, he would build the swing. The day after, they would adopt the dog. And every day after that, he would be the father he should have been all along. His phone buzzed. Raymond, everything okay? Marcus looked at his sleeping daughter, at their new home. He typed back, everything is perfect. And for the first time in years, he meant it. 2 months later. The Denise Washington Foundation opened its doors. 50 beds, medical facilities, counseling rooms, a school for children. Marcus stood at the entrance, watching the first residents arrive. Women, children, survivors. Catherine was there. Raymond, Collins, Elena, and Zoe, holding his hand. Daddy, who are all these people? People who need help, people who have been hurt. Like I was hurt. Yes, baby. But they're safe now. They're safe now. A little girl approached, 7 years old. Hi, I'm Maria. I'm Zoe. Do you want to see my drawings? Maria nodded shyly. The two girls walked off together, hand in hand. Raymond appeared beside Marcus. You did good. Denise would be proud. I hope so. I know so. Catherine joined them. The FBI director called again. Still don't want the award. What you did matters, Marcus. Arrests in 14 countries. Because of what you started. Marcus watched Zoe and Maria. I didn't start anything. Denise did. I just finished it. However you see it, you're a hero. I'm a father. That's all I ever wanted to be. That night, Marcus sat on the porch of their Pasadena home. Captain the golden retriever lay at his feet. Zoe was asleep upstairs. Raymond appeared. You okay? Just thinking. About Jerome? About everything. The last 2 years. You're not the same man I knew in college. No. That man was ambitious, driven, but distant. That man almost lost his daughter. But he didn't. He woke up, changed. Marcus was quiet. I spent 30 years building a company, making money. I thought that was success. And now I know the truth. Success isn't what you build, it's who you protect. That's a good lesson. It cost me everything to learn it. But you learned it. They sat in silence. What now? Raymond asked. Now I live. I raise my daughter. I run the foundation. That's enough. It's everything. Marcus stood. I'm going to check on Zoe. He walked upstairs, pushed open her door. She was asleep. Captain had snuck up and was curled at her feet. Marcus sat on the edge of her bed. I love you, sweetheart. More than anything. She stirred. Daddy. Go back to sleep. Are you staying? All night, every night, forever. She smiled. Good. He stayed beside her until dawn. And when the first light crept through the window, he was still there. Still present. Still protecting. Still the father who had caught his daughter when she fell, and who would never let go again. 6 months had passed since Jerome Hayes died in his cell. 6 months of healing, building, growing. Marcus stood in the backyard of their Pasadena home, watching Zoe on the swing he had built with his own hands. Higher, Daddy, higher. Any higher and you'll touch the clouds. I want to touch the clouds. He pushed harder. She laughed. That beautiful sound he had almost lost forever. Captain barked and ran circles around them. The golden retriever had become Zoe's shadow. Daddy, can Maria come over today? Of course. Elena is picking her up at noon. She's reading chapter books now. I helped her. I know, sweetheart. You're a wonderful teacher. Zoe dragged her feet to slow down, jumped off. Daddy? Yes, baby. Are you happy? The question surprised him. Yes, very happy. Why do you ask? Because you smile now. You didn't used to smile before. Marcus knelt beside her. I smile because of you. Because we're together. Because we're safe. She hugged him. Tight. I'm happy too, Daddy. The happiest ever. His phone buzzed. Raymond. Foundation board meeting in 1 hour. Catherine has news. Marcus typed back. On my way. I have to go to work for a little bit, sweetheart. Zoe's face fell. Just for the meeting. I'll be back for lunch. We'll make pancakes. Promise. Promise. Pinky promise. He wrapped his finger around hers. Pinky promise. She smiled. Okay. But chocolate chip pancakes. Deal. The Denise Washington Foundation had grown beyond anything Marcus imagined. 3 locations now. Los Angeles, San Francisco, Phoenix. 200 beds total. Marcus walked through the main building. Staff greeted him. Residents waved. A woman stopped him in the hallway. 30 years old. Scars on her arms. Mr. Washington. Yes. I just wanted to thank you. I was rescued 6 months ago from one of Jerome's warehouses. And now, she smiled. Now I have a job, an apartment. I'm taking classes. I'm going to be a nurse. That's wonderful. It's because of you, because of this place. Marcus didn't know what to say. You gave yourself your life back. We just opened the door. Still, thank you. She walked away. This was why he had built the foundation, for moments like this. Catherine was waiting in the conference room. You're late. Zoe wanted one more push on the swing. Valid excuse. Catherine smiled. Sit down. We have news. She slid a document across the table. Marcus read. His eyes widened. 473 arrests, 14 countries, 12,000 victims identified. Because of what you started. I didn't start anything. You started everything. Without you, none of this happens. Marcus stared at the numbers. There's more, Raymond said. The foundation has been nominated for the Presidential Medal of Freedom. What? The president wants to honor the organization, and you specifically. I don't want medals. This isn't about you. It's about visibility, about showing the world that trafficking can be fought. Marcus was quiet. Zoe has been through enough. I don't want her in the spotlight. She won't be. This is about the foundation. Let me think about it. The ceremony is in 3 months. Marcus left the meeting, walked through the foundation, past Maria's classroom, saw her through the window, reading aloud. His daughter had saved that girl, with patience, with kindness, with drawings and friendship. That was the real legacy. His phone buzzed. Elena, Zoe is asking about pancakes. How much longer? Marcus smiled. Typed back, 20 minutes. He drove home faster than he should have. Zoe was waiting at the door. Daddy, you're late. Traffic. You always say traffic. She grabbed his hand, pulled him to the kitchen. I already mixed the batter, but I did the chocolate chips myself. How many chocolate chips? The whole bag. Marcus laughed. I can't argue with that logic. They made pancakes together, more chocolate than batter. Captain ate the ones that fell. Daddy. Yes, baby. What was Mommy like? The question hit him like a wave. What made you think of Mommy? Maria asked me. About my real Mommy. I couldn't remember very much. Marcus set down the spatula. Your Mommy was the most wonderful person I ever knew. Tell me about her. She was smart, brilliant. She was a doctor. She wanted to help people. Like the people at the foundation. Yes, she wanted to help. What else? She loved to paint, watercolors. She would sit in the garden for hours. I like to draw. You got that from her. What else? She loved you more than anything. From the moment you were born, you were her whole universe. Zoe was quiet. I wish I remembered her better. I wish you did too, sweetheart. Daddy, can we visit her at the cemetery? Marcus felt his throat tighten. Of course. We can go today. I want to bring her flowers, white roses. Those were her favorite. And I want to show her my drawings. That's not weird at all, baby. Forest Lawn Memorial Park, 3:15 p.m. Marcus and Zoe walked through the peaceful grounds. White roses in Zoe's hands. They found Denise's headstone. Denise Marie Washington, beloved wife and mother, 1985-2022. Zoe knelt down, placed the roses carefully. Hi, Mommy, it's me, Zoe. Marcus stood back, let his daughter have this moment. I'm 7 now, almost 8. I got tall. Daddy says I look like you. She pulled out her drawings. I brought pictures. This is our house. That's Captain. And that's Daddy pushing me on the swing. She laid each drawing on the grave. Daddy built the swing himself. He's not very good at building things, but he tried really hard. Marcus smiled through his tears. And this is Maria. She's my best friend. She came from a bad place, but now she's safe, like me. She pulled out one more drawing. And this is you. I drew you from the picture in Daddy's room. She placed it with the others. I miss you, Mommy. I don't remember you very much, but I feel you. Sometimes when I'm scared, I feel you holding me. She was quiet for a moment. Daddy takes good care of me now. He's home every day. He makes pancakes. He's not very good at pancakes either, but he tries. Marcus knelt beside her. Hey, Dee, it's me. He touched the headstone. I'm sorry it took so long to bring her here. He looked at Zoe. She's incredible, strong, kind, brave, everything you wanted her to be. And stubborn, Zoe added. Very stubborn. She gets that from you. Zoe giggled. I built that foundation, in your name. We're helping thousands of people. He paused. I finished what you started, Dee. It cost me almost everything. But I finished it. And he caught me, Zoe said. When I was falling, he caught me. Marcus pulled her close. I'll always catch her. I promise. They sat in silence for a long time. Daddy. Yes, baby. Do you think Mommy is proud of us? I think she's the proudest mommy in heaven. Good. Zoe stood up. Bye, Mommy. I'll come back soon. She took Marcus's hand. Can we get ice cream? Absolutely. 2 months later. Washington, D.C. The White House ceremony was overwhelming. Cameras, dignitaries, Secret Service everywhere. Zoe had stayed home with Elena. Too much attention. But Raymond was there. Catherine, Collins, everyone who had fought beside him. The president approached the podium. Today we honor extraordinary Americans in the fight against human trafficking. Marcus stood with the other honorees. The Denise Washington Foundation has rescued over 8,000 victims. It has become a model for survivor services around the world. The president turned to Marcus. Mr. Washington, your story is one of tragedy and triumph. You lost your wife, you nearly lost your daughter, but instead of retreating, you fought back. He pinned the medal on Marcus's lapel. On behalf of a grateful nation, I present you with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Applause filled the room. Marcus stepped to the microphone. Thank you, Mr. President, but I can't accept this alone. He looked at Raymond. Catherine. Every person on this stage risked their lives. This medal belongs to all of them. He paused. But most of all, it belongs to 2 people who aren't here. My wife Denise, and my daughter Zoe. His voice cracked. 3 years ago, I was a different man. I worked 18-hour days. I missed birthdays. I thought success was measured in dollars. He looked at the medal. I was wrong. Success is measured in moments, in the time we spend with the people we love. He looked directly into the camera. To anyone watching who has lost someone, to any survivor still struggling, I want you to know something. It's not too late. It's never too late. He stepped back. The applause was deafening. That night, phone call home. "Daddy, I saw you on TV." "You did? You look so handsome. And you talked about me." "I did." "Daddy, when are you coming home?" "Tomorrow morning, first flight." "Can we have pancakes?" "Every day for a week." "I love you, Daddy." "I love you too, sweetheart." "Pinky promise you're coming home." He smiled. Pinky promise. 1 year later. Zoe's 8th birthday. The party was at the foundation. 200 guests. Zoe ran through the crowd, Maria beside her, Captain chasing them. Marcus watched from the corner. Raymond appeared. Quite a party. She wanted everyone here. She's something special. She's everything. Catherine joined them. The foundation hit a milestone. 10,000 survivors served. Already, you built something incredible. We built something incredible. Daddy? Zoe ran over, face covered in cake. It's time for presents. They gathered around a mountain of gifts. Zoe opened each one with joy. But the last gift wasn't wrapped. Marcus handed her an envelope. What's this? Open it. She tore it open, read the paper. Her eyes went wide. Daddy, is this real? It's real. We're going to Disneyland. For a whole week. A whole week! She screamed, jumped into his arms. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She pulled back. Daddy. Yes. Can Maria come too? Marcus looked at Maria, standing alone at the edge. Of course she can. Zoe ran to Maria, grabbed her hands. You're coming to Disneyland with us. Maria's face transformed. Really? Daddy said yes. The two girls hugged, jumping up and down. Raymond shook his head. 2 kids at Disneyland for a week. I know exactly what I'm getting into. 3 years later. Zoe turns 11. The foundation had spread across the country. 12 locations. 50,000 survivors served. Marcus had stepped back from daily operations. His job now was simple. Be a father. Zoe had grown tall, smart, still stubborn, still kind. She volunteered at the foundation every weekend, teaching younger kids to draw. Maria had been officially adopted. Zoe's sister now. Daddy? Marcus looked up from his book. Maria and I finished our project. They led him to the living room, a large canvas on an easel, covered with a sheet. Ready? Ready. They pulled off the sheet. Marcus's breath caught. A painting. Watercolors. The whole family. Marcus in the center, Zoe on one side, Maria on the other, Captain at their feet. And behind them, 2 figures with wings, Denise and Maria's mother. Do you like it? Zoe asked nervously. Marcus couldn't speak. Daddy, are you okay? I'm perfect. This is perfect. He pulled both girls into his arms. How did you learn to paint like this? Maria taught me. I learned from art therapy at the foundation, Maria said quietly. Marcus held them tighter. I love you both. So much. We love you too, Daddy, Zoe said. Love you too, Dad, Maria whispered. Dad. First time she had called him that. Marcus felt tears streaming down his face. Okay, who wants ice cream? Me, both girls shouted. Captain barked his agreement. Then let's go. They piled into the car, ordered way too much, sat outside in the California sunshine. Marcus looked at his daughters. This was what mattered. Connection, love, presence, being there, every day, every moment. 5 years later. Zoe turned 16. Marcus stood in the backyard, the same swing still there, weathered now. Zoe was inside, getting ready for her birthday dinner. Maria was helping her with her hair. Sisters, best friends. Captain was old now, gray around the muzzle, but still loyal. Raymond appeared. You look lost in thought. just remembering. The balcony. Everything. 10 years ago. Feels like yesterday. And a lifetime. Raymond sat beside him. You know what I remember most? What? The look on your face when you caught her. Pure terror. Pure love. I didn't think, just moved. That's what fathers do. The back door opened. Zoe stepped out. 16. Beautiful. So much like Denise. Daddy, we're ready. You look amazing, sweetheart. Dinner was at Denise's favorite restaurant, the whole family. After dinner, Marcus stood. I want to make a toast. Everyone raised their glasses. 16 years ago, the best thing in my life was born. I didn't appreciate it then. I was too busy, too blind. He looked at Zoe. 10 years ago, I almost lost her. And in that moment, I finally understood. Nothing else mattered. Just her. Just love. His voice wavered. Zoe, you have taught me more than I could ever teach you. About courage, about forgiveness, about hope. Tears streamed down his face. I am so proud to be your father. He raised his glass. To Zoe, my daughter, my hero, my everything. To Zoe. Everyone echoed. Zoe walked to her father, hugged him tight. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, sweetheart. You're the best dad in the world. I try. You don't try, you do, every single day. She pulled back. Remember when you used to make me pinky promise? I remember. I want to make you one now. She held up her pinky. I promise to always remember what you taught me. That love is the only thing that matters. Marcus wrapped his finger around hers. And I promise to always be here, no matter what. Pinky promise. Pinky promise. Later that night. Marcus sat alone on the porch, stars bright overhead. He thought about Denise, about what she would think of the woman their daughter was becoming. He thought about the foundation, tens of thousands of lives touched. He thought about Jerome, about Vanessa, about the evil that had almost destroyed them. And he thought about the choice he had made, that moment when everything changed. He could have stayed in London, could have finished the meeting. Instead, he had come home, looked up, seen his daughter falling, and he had caught her. One choice, one leap, one catch. His phone buzzed. Text from Zoe. Daddy, come inside. We're watching a movie and you're missing it. He smiled. Typed back. On my way. He stood, looked up at the stars one last time. Thank you, Denise, for everything. Then he walked inside, to his daughters, his family, his life. The movie ended. The girls went to bed. Marcus checked on them both, like he did every night. Zoe was already half asleep. Daddy? Yes, sweetheart. Best birthday ever. Better than Disneyland. Way better. Daddy? Yes. Thank you. For what? For catching me, for never letting go. His heart swelled. Always, baby. Always. I know. That's why it's the best birthday ever. He kissed her forehead, stood, walked to the door. Daddy. He turned. I love you, more than anything in the world. I love you too, sweetheart, more than words can say. He closed the door softly, stood in the hallway, breathing. 10 years ago, he had been a broken man, lost, drowning. Now he was whole, present, alive, because of one choice, because of one catch, because of one little girl who had taught him what really mattered. Marcus walked to his room. On the nightstand, a photo of Denise, smiling, beautiful. Beside it, a photo of Zoe and Maria, sisters, survivors, and on the wall, the painting they had made. The whole family, together forever. He lay down, closed his eyes. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, new moments to cherish. But tonight he was at peace, because he had learned the only lesson that mattered. That love isn't something you feel. It's something you do. Every day. Every moment. With everything you have. Marcus Washington had spent the first half of his life chasing success. He had spent the second half discovering what success really meant. And now he knew. Success was measured in the lives you touched, in the people you loved, in the promises you kept. Marcus Washington had kept every single one, and that was enough. That was everything. That was the legacy he would leave behind. Not buildings or awards or money, just love, pure and simple, unconditional and eternal. The love of a father for his daughters, the love of a man for his late wife, the love of a family that had survived the impossible and come out stronger. That was the real ending to this story. Not with a bang or a twist or a cliffhanger, but with a quiet moment in a hallway. A father checking on his sleeping daughters. A heart full of gratitude. And a promise kept. Pinky promise. The end.